Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phoenix Club.
Yay.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Phoenix Pod.
It's the Phoenix Pod. Turn right into paradise.
Hey,
I think that's just going to be the normal intro, I think, from now on.
it has to be. It gets me pumped every time. So
I was partially waiting for Paul to do his WrestleMania, baby. Woo!
can't do that though because I'm expecting Big Show to get shit canned. But hey ho.
Probably won't happen. We'll discuss that on another pod.
We shall.
I'm of course your host once again, AXC, joined by oh wait, he's not here again.
He's not here. Nope.
I'm joined by a man who is half a man.
Yep, I am half a man. I was not expecting that. You caught me off guard, sir.
I'd always do that anyway. We'll never get.
There's my excuse, sir. You always catch me off guard. That's why I never do it on time.
Well.
Go with that. I'm going with that. It sounds intelligent, so I will go with that.
He's stupid.
Yeah,
He's called Flinders.
It's me. It's stupid, sexy Flinders, and it feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
Howdly doodly.
Howdly doodly. I did. Speaking of which, I had because of the situation we're all in nowadays, which we talked about, which we're not going to right now. I grew myself a rather impressive sort of, well, for me anyway, a beard. I'm not talking Coxie standard here. I'm talking amateur levels for me. But yeah, I decided this morning. I thought to myself, do I do it? do I practice the Halloween costume that I'm contemplating for this year? And
Don't contemplate. You are going to do.
Just shave off most of the beard, keep the mustache. But I did not want to look like that guy that the club got excited about when they left his phone number in the paper, so I decided to shave it off.
You could have gone topical and black. I didn't want to look like Keith Lard, but
This is it. Yeah, I didn't want to look like Keith Lard. I've even got the glasses for it, so I could pull it off.
The thing is, would you be willing to sort of grow your hair out so much that you'd be able to get a bowl cut?
Possibly, yeah, but the problem is my dog that I have is female, so unfortunately I wouldn't be able to roleplay it accurately.
And I'm getting a bit of a psychic reading now. I'm getting the name John. Is there a John here tonight?
Yeah.
The whole room puts a hand up.
The other voice you can hear, it's from the R.A.D. podcast. It's special guest Lewis Ogden.
Yeah, all right.
Nailed it.
In the immortal words of the Eric Bischoff theme song, I'm back and better than. Well, no, that's actually not true. I'm me the old usual self, but back once again for another round of comedy gold.
Absolutely, this was comedy gold.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like I said last episode, if you think Phoenix Nights, you don't often. Well, I said I don't think of the Wild West Night, but when I think Phoenix Nights and I think episodes, this is one of the ones I do think about. One of the things I think, right, this is Phoenix Nights.
Yes.
And if we say there's a lot to get in on this episode, I think that would be an understatement.
Well, considering that, how many pages did you write down for Mr. Flinders?
4 sides of A4, sir.
4 sides of A4. And that, I believe Coxie let it know before we started recording of your little gem of a find that you've used for the research on all of the pods, I'm assuming, so far.
I wrote my notes for the first one and the last one because I was waiting for it to turn up, but I have in my hands the Phoenix Knights script Bible of Series 1 and 2.
Oh, it's like the Holy Grail of Phoenix Knights.
It's literally like a book version of the DVD cover.
Yes, it is. It's the book adaptation of the movie. You could say.
It's literally a script for script every episode, including Part 1, External Housing Estate, Day. Close up a young Kenny as he pins up an advert of Clinton Baptiste, psychic.
But if you look at the book as well, if you look at the book, it's big. It's thicker than Kim Kardashian. It's a thick book.
It's a thick book.
It's good toilet. It is toilet. It's good toilet reading. Let's just put it that way. And it'll last you a good while.
Well, episode 3, which is the one we're covering tonight, starts at page 52 and ends at page 71.
Okay. So... Well, that's more notes. That's more than what I've written. But to be fair, I've reviewed pay-per-views and 3 hours worth of pay-per-view. I've not written 4 pages of notes. This episode was 24 minutes long.
Mm. How many pages is it in total? Your book, Coxie? Out of interest.
255.
Yeah.
That's for 12 episodes.
Yeah.
Is that all scripts, or is there like little trivia pages in it as well?
It's literally just script to script, and then you've got there's an extra page at the back where it just Series 1, and it goes down like the cast and who was in each one. So like episode 1, Roy Walker, episode 4, Joe Enright, and so on and so on.
Right, okay. That's pretty fucking cool, if I'm brutally honest. If you're stuck for seeing who somebody's played by, you just it's there. It's handy.
So yes, we start this episode out with, as I said, discovered the external housing estate, daytime, and we have young Kenny pinning up adverts for Clinton Baptiste, psychic.
Yep, my notes is literally Clinton Baptiste. Oh shit.
As we hear, this is Charlie FM coming in your ears from Paul Lee. It's Leroy, Paul Leroy, Leroy. We then have a traffic cop approaches young Kenny, who then pulls up, only to be asked to get one of these for the station.
Yeah. Oh God, we'll see a lot more of that copper.
Mm.
It was on overtime this day, clearly.
Well, yeah. Oh yes. Well, this is the build. Oh, it's the same day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all the same day.
I keep forgetting that. We then jump into Brian's office, where young Kenny drops the posters on the desk, followed by, "What happened? Please stop me again." Which leads to Brian with, "Right."
To which we get Brian Potter driving around in a circle on a roundabout with young Kenny painting a sign.
Oh, it's
He's spelling it wrong. He's spelling it wrong.
It's an old hospital bed sheet or something.
Yeah, but he's going over one of the road signs. He's covering it up. He's like, "Piss kick? What's piss kick? You're spelling it wrong. Supposed to be sidekick. You tit."
Did you catch the spelling for psychic tonight?
Pyskick, I think it is.
Yeah. And then tonight is Tonite. And I've also copped on that there's a Brian Potterism, where he likes to include like an insult after a statement. So tonight with this episode we had piss kick. What's a piss kick? It's supposed to be psychic tit.
Yeah.
And then I think the other one was can't remember quite exactly what it is, but it's like, "You'll do nothing except get round here for this snooker table before I nail you to it." Puts the phone down. Shithead.
Yeah.
Well,
that was last episode, yeah.
So I think I'm going to be thinking that that's going to be on my lookout for the rest of the episodes, I reckon.
The Potter post insult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Potterism, as I like to call it.
Why not? It rolls off the tongue of easy, the Potterism.
So then we have the dun 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 dun.
You got to be very careful there because you can very easily end up going into Inspector Gadget there.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself as well. It's like this doesn't sound like the Phoenix Knight.
You very dangerously went close to bleeding Inspector Gadget then.
I was going to pull it back. But... So yeah, we're in the Jockey Wilson suite. We've got Max, Paddy, Marion, Holy Mary, and Kenny Senior watching Engineer fitting Sky Digital.
Yeah.
Along with a new TV where the old TV used to be.
Yep, Sky when it still had static. This is before fucking digital.
And, which leads to Max with, that's it, put it on now. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
He starts flicking through the channels, which followed by Paddy saying, put the porn on.
Holy Mary's like, no, you won't.
But it's Holy Mary, hey. And then Kenny Senior looks at his watch, he's like, no porn at this time. Holy Mary switches it over to a religious channel, which leads to Max saying, get that off. Oh dear. So then we reach through to Brian's office where Ray's teaching him how to use a computer.
I think it was Publisher he was using, wasn't it, or something like that?
A very probably like Publisher 97 or something, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very, very basic version of Publisher. Yeah. I only remember because that was basically my GCSE coursework, so, but Microsoft Publisher.
Yeah, Ray's teaching Potter how to make up unique posters, and Ray's just sort of like, "Oh, it's fantastic! This technology stuff. Here, you can cut your head off, drag it around." Brian's like, "What?"
I know it's that bit. He's going to cut your head off, drag it around. He looks him. What?
What?
So it's, you drop it wherever you want. Yeah, based on top of a black athlete jumping hurdles. Brian just stares at it.
I miss that.
So then we're back in the Jockey Wilson with everyone's watching TV, but till Marion steps in front.
Yeah.
To Max with, will you get out of the way? Then Marion replying, hey, if you congregate in every day, you can think again, this is regulars.
We are regulars.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, we are regulars. You're not, you're staff, and you're not on till 7, just shift it. Go get a life. And Max goes, I've got a life, just not got Sky.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember the good old days when it used to be sort of like Sky TV was the pinnacle of just sort of, I don't know, a social life?
Yeah, I remember somebody getting, as an incentive for getting really good GCSEs, that would get fucking Sky in the room. Now it's like, oh, I've got Sky on my fucking PlayStation.
Well, it's a fun little trip down memory lane because my old brother, who's 3 years is older, when we were in the same high school together, he had a mate who had like Sky for pretty much his entire house, and so what was I going to say then? Can't bloody remember. Oh yeah, that's it. He used to record WWE pay-per-views when they were on Sky. So he used to record it, bring the videotape in, and then the rest of the mates in his year would literally just sort of like pass it around from night to night. I seem to remember WrestleMania 22 being watched in like quite quick time, because I think like we only had the only access that we had to a video player was in the lounge, and obviously it was where my mum did most of her watching, so we'd literally had to cram like a 3.5 pay-per-view into like maybe an hour.
Jesus.
Well, I remember at one point you couldn't tape off Sky because you had to scramble the channels and you couldn't, or you'd get his audio, you wouldn't get video.
Oh, right. Well, first time I had Sky was like 2009, so.
I think it was like if you were trying to record like the movie channel or the pay-per-view channels. Like you bought a film or something, it'd scramble the channels and you couldn't watch it unless you could get like a little dongle thing you put in the back between the connector, and it'd like block the signal so it wouldn't block it or something. So.
All right, crafty bastards.
Yeah, so jumping back into Brian's office, we've got Ray printing out a picture of Brian holding a scythe.
Oh, God.
He's taking glasses back to the bar. Ray is shitting up Brian, saying, "Look at the blades, look. You go right through bone, that." While Brian anxiously looks on and goes, "Where'd you get that from?" "Oh, I got it off the net." "Oh, do you like that sort of thing, do you? Yeah. Is that what gets you going? Murder? Do you like murders?"
Oh yeah, I'm dead interested in it. Oh. And is it Jerry that pops his head round the door? It's like, "Are we going to this meeting then, Brian?" It's like, "Yes."
Right
Quickly, now.
He puts a picture of he photoshops Hannibal Lecter mask on Potter, and he goes, "Look at this though, Hannibal Potter." And it says something like "no hot food" or something.
Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, so, Jerry rescues him.
So they're in the Galaxy Lounge, and Brian's like annoyed at the fact they've called a meeting at that time in the morning.
That'll be that Dan Perry.
Bloody Dan Perry, big head.
Yeah.
Then Les enters. "Can I have a word?"
Yeah.
We're late, Leslie. We know this drama group me and Alan run down at the youth club. No. Yeah, you do. We've got a big show coming up soon, and which, Jerry, what show are you doing?
Karate Kid the musical.
Yeah.
Which we get a little sample later on, and it's yeah, it is something.
It's almost like a throwback to episode 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, he tells them the rooms are fumigated, and so Brian asks if they want to use one. You want to know if you can use one of mine?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be for a couple of days. And that's what they said to Terry Waite. So for those who don't know, Terry Waite was the is he not the Archbishop? He was some sort of high up religious bloke, wasn't he?
I think so.
He was held hostage for like from 1987 to 1991 or something.
It'll only be a couple of days.
So then Jerry lets him know that the Galaxy Suite is free. Well, the Galaxy Lounge, should I say, sorry. Which Potter trying to a big mouth.
Yeah.
So he wheels him through. Jerry wheels Brian through to Jackie Wilson, where for some reason they're watching Cracker in French.
Yeah, it's Brian just sort of like going, "Oh, look at that telly! Isn't it great? Isn't it great?" And you got like
widescreen Cinerama.
You got Robbie Coltrane on screen just like saying something, and it's obviously been translated into French. And then Brian just goes, "Didn't know Cracker were French."
It's brilliant. We're selling popcorn soon.
Oh God!
And then Paddy turns to Max and says, "We will be when they get the blueies on."
And then is this the bit with Marion asking Brian something about tonight's act?
Yeah, the psychic phone. He said he wants to know what time he's on tonight.
Well, if he's any good, he'll know, won't he? That is an ingenious little line. It's so really, really, it's really clever.
The program's full of them though. This is it though. It's
Yeah.
like you could quite easily miss that. But he's like, he says if he's very good, he'll know, wouldn't he?
Which then we hear, oh, whoa, where's my dartboard gone?
The dartboard's missing. It's got the frame, but the actual dartboard itself's missing. So, like, people playing are just like chucking darts into the wall.
Yeah, someone's drew the fucking dartboard onto the wallpaper.
I noticed it when I watched it yesterday, and you can see like they've drawn like a really faint chalk draw like a dartboard on.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Which then is followed by, don't throw them in there, it's time I'll get to that. 12 quid a roll, son. It's like living in the ghetto every bloody week. Then Brian continues, Kenny, I think we'll have that bull mastiff if it's not been nicked.
Leslie keeps asking about the room, doesn't he? He's just sort of like, so can we have the room, Brian? He's like, if it were up to me, Leslie, it is. Then no.
Well, he said it's probably one of your lot and you're teaching them karate because he's asking how the kids are getting in or something. So, yeah, what's in it for me? Nothing. It's like, well, they're going to start off sponging off the state as Jerry continues whirling him through. When I was their age, he gets cut off because he looks over as Alan sat there with a load of the kids.
Including Spencer from episode 1.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer's there.
Front and centre.
There's kids all there in like the late 90s, early 2000s Adidas tracksuits, and there's Spencer sat right slap in the fucking middle.
Oh dear. So Brian cuts off with, "Hiya, you're all right. Make sure they get some
got pop and crisps."
Which then, Avanti, Jerry. And checking for dartboards.
Yeah.
So then we cut through to the Banana Grove.
Den Perry. Den Perry's first line, and I'm quoting here. Like I say, she does have a cock, so you have been warned.
And he goes on to mention the Banana Grove hosting the heats for this year's talent track, and he said hopefully that'll go for the grand final as well. Yep. So I must say, it's about time someone decent had it. If you'd like some posters, they're out by the Tropicana suite, just near toilets.
Speaking of shit houses.
Walking back, Ryan Potter.
For the newly refurbished Phoenix Club. Kill many pensioners this week, Brian. If you like your phone, just such a race, and Brian's your man.
Oh, fucking hell.
So there's a load of laughter around the room where it cuts to Brian, his fat pig. And, oh, I don't believe it. Look who's on.
The flyers are being passed around. Who's what? Keith Lard. Who? Keith Lard, him who interferes with dogs.
Oh, that's it. That's him.
Well, he got off, didn't he? Yeah, you want to try getting an Alsatian to testify.
So jump back to Den Perry with some brilliant one-liners here, which is, I'd now like to unleash our guest speaker today, Mr. Keith Lard. Here to discuss a very important matter, fire safety in the workplace. Would you care to take the lead, Keith?
Did he say something? Don't worry, his bark's worse than his bite.
It's a good... His bark's worse than his bite. Sorry, Keith, there you go, mate. So, but then you have Keith walks on as Larissa before, fucking bowl cut, glasses, porno tash.
Ginger bowl cut. Bowl cut.
Hold on, by walking on and just going,
Fire. Smoke kills in seconds, fire kills in minutes. you know what my biggest fear is? And you just hear Dan Perry in the background go, rabies?
No, ignorance. And then some bloke laughing. You ever smelt burning flesh, son? Yeah. We don't know what to say.
It's literally just sort of like the case of just sort of like, you know, when you, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of a good analogy for it. It's like in that episode of The Simpsons, you know, when Homer and Grandpa are going around the country with this sort of like, you know,
Oh, the tonic.
yeah, that's the tonic. He's just sort of like brings Homer in as a plant, just sort of like, can I get a volunteer up on stage? He picks Homer, just sort of like, now, sir, can you guarantee that we've never met before? That is correct. And one of the audience members just goes, how come he looks like the same guy as on the bottle? And there's like that awkward silence. That's what we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he just went quiet.
So then Keith pulls out a doll. This is Veronica.
Bit of a dog.
God.
And then, so we come back to the Jockey Wilson suite, where for some reason watching the Armchair Superstore.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like a Boggs pound shop version of QVC.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's better than what I was going to say. I was going to say budget QVC, but Poundland QVC. Fantastic. Love it. Absolutely fucking love it.
They're watching something for something called Spray Mane, which is a hair product.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of a back and forth of this is shite. You turn this crap off.
Yeah. What's it? Kenny C. He goes, there you go, Paddy. Assorted colours.
Paddy goes to Max. Who else have you told, Big Mouth? Max just goes, not told anybody. They've got eyes. They can see your problem.
So we jump back to the Banana Grove where Keith's like, I'm going to draw you a layout of my ideal club, lads and lasses. The basic club, car would be here, car park would be here, fire exit here.
This is my honestly, this is my favourite bit of the episode because he's literally just sort of like on a bit of.
It's one of the old overheads, isn't it? Where
one of the old overhead projectors are just sort of like, well, you know, we can draw. Sort of like draw on the like bit of tracing paper, and obviously the light reflects up onto the screen.
Yes.
So he starts off with a rectangle, like a smaller square in the top left-hand corner. Little fire exits just at the bottom that look like legs, and he just cuts to Brian and Jerry, and Brian's just going, "Is he drawing a dog?
He's drawing a dog.
That's a dog. That's a dog. He's drawing. He's drawing a dog. He's obsessed." And then they cut back up to it. It's just sort of like, it must be sort of like, it's doing like little dots to show sort of like the route people would take for the car park as sort of like an evacuation, an evacuation sort of like bit in the car park, and it just looks like a dog on a lead. And obviously more and more people are just sort of like going, it's a dog he's drawing. He's drawing a dog. He's drawing a dog. Keith's there just going, can I have your attention, please? And there's someone bringing like a tray load of jinx. And Keith just comes in with their horn, just go, drops it all over. You prick. Laugh or burn. Take your pick.
So we're back in Jockey Wilson. They're still watching the Armchair Superstore, sorry, the Poundland QVC.
Yeah.
And they're now on about some sort of chewing gum, which is
Viagra.
For many men, Gary, sex is a frustrating hobby. Second presenter then chimes in with, yeah, like playing snooker with a rope.
Fucking snooker with a rope.
So they're going on about Viagra, It's a chewing gum. It is a chewing gum. Now its juices, when mixed with saliva, enhances and maximises sexual performance for up to 6 hours. Wow, hard times are coming. Does it come in a flavour? It does. Aniseed, spearmint, and lidament. So we're back in the Banana Grove with Keith on stage. Now saying, dead. You're all dead. It's that easy. Then gets out a piece of paper and says, I'll leave you with this. Friend of mine from America, a very shocking headline. Fire, Inferno, wrecks lives. Stop the squeamish, you want to cover your ears. And then very woodenly reads off the lyrics to Burn, Baby Burn. To my surprise, 100 stories high, that's how high fire can get. That people get loose who are trying to get down from the roof, see the burning. All pandemonium. It was so devastating when the buggy must mean fire in code,
In America.
fire, I think, started to grow. Someone was quoted as saying, burn, baby, burn, disco inferno.
Burn, baby, burn that mother down. Another child orphaned.
That's
Sick
my
man.
favourite bit, that.
So we're back in the jockey Walton with Paddy's on the payphone, which for some reason has an out of order sign of it. It works. As he's ordering 419 876672. Have you got aniseed flavour?
Like, of all the flavours, why would you pick aniseed?
I don't know. So he asked Max if he wants some, which is, do our balls. Don't need it, me. And then, so we jump back to the Banana Grove where Jerry bumps into Den Perry.
Oh, God.
Den? Oh, Jerry, I see what that psychic I told you about.
Alarm bells start to ring.
It says he's fully booked.
Fantastic.
So then we see Brian with Keith Lard walks over.
I tell you what, it was the wide shot where they had both Brian and Keith on screen. Like, I realised that, you know, you have the what would you call it, where you just sort of like got the character in focus and then just sort of like, obviously like a double acting in sort of like the other character.
Superimposed in it or something.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like that, yeah.
I'd say so. Sort of like the superimposed shots, you could obviously tell it was a body double, but like the wide shots are quite. I don't know. Was this sort of like a little? Was there a camera trick that they
could have spliced two like sort of like rolls
Yeah.
of film together, couldn't they?
Yeah, I love it when they do that because it looks so real. Obviously, that you know the
Well,
same
It's what we're not,
guys playing both characters.
yeah, so we've not mentioned this before, before we were saying this, but Keith Lard and Brian Potter are both played by Peter Kay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. But yeah, it's very clever, like you say. It's, you know, you got to remember what 2001. It's probably, like I say, it's probably, there is some technology knocking about it. Odds are, though, it's probably just a case of splicing, like.
Yeah,
splicing film.
one shot on top of the other.
Yeah, pretty much.
This play would have been filmed in 2000.
Yeah.
So it's probably, like you say, one shot on top of another
Mm-hmm.
on the same camera at a fixed location.
Yeah.
Probably the way they did it.
Excuse me. So yeah, we have Keith talking with Brian, which is, we don't want this new club of yours ravaged by fire. What is it? The Phoenix.
Yeah,
Phoenix.
they did.
I'm off down there now. You're first down for inspection.
Already had one. Had one not done a couple of months ago. And what was the name of the other fire inspector?
Dave Sherland.
Dave Sherland. Suspended for taking
Taking bribes.
For taking bribes, yeah.
Was it Den Perry comes in and says, "Be careful down there, it's dog rough."
But then Brian gives him the finger without looking up. Says, "Den."
Right.
Looks
Den
Keith
finger.
puffing on his
Dog
cigar. Dog rough. Which brings us to the end of part 1. Dun, 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 dun.
We need to get you trained on the xylophone and do that for real.
I bring a little light entertainment to the pod.
Yeah, I used to be able to play Twinkle Little Star. It shouldn't be that hard.
That's I did have a little like a mini kids one my mates bought for me years ago, and I was drunk one time on my birthday. I don't know where it's gone.
Buy one from Poundland.
I might do and just have to learn the Phoenix theme. Just be there on YouTube going dun 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 dun.
Do it. It needs to be done. Do it.
I'm going to pass that over to you since I'm the booker.
Ah, okay. I might try and give it a go. Chits and giggles. Fuck it.
So we return with part 2, and we see them in Jerry's old Rover.
Hey.
Which nowadays.
That Rover is probably scrap nowadays. Let's be honest.
More than likely, yeah. They're trying to race back to the club with Jerry saying, "Pack it in, they're on stop." Wrong green, come on, hurry up.
Yeah, they tries to warn the club, but it's out of order. The phone. Well, Jerry thinks it is.
Yeah. Max is on the phone trying to order the diver's watch. Diver's watch, 1995. No, the one with the light on it.
Yeah.
So back in Jerry's car, with Brian's still trying to get the speed up. He's like, "I'm doing 30 as it is."
Is this where it's going on now? Where Bird Baby Bird is playing now in the
background? Yeah.
Where he falls man floor it, and he's pushing his leg down with Jerry going, "Pack it in, no."
And then
see Keith Lard taking his bag out of the boot because he's just arrived at the Phoenix Club.
Yeah.
So we're back with Jerry where we hear a police siren.
Policeman on the motorbike. Oh, the bloody swines! Them they clamped me outside the gym. Which is all the more funny given that it's come from Mr. Potter himself. Who I don't know if you know, but he's disabled.
Is he though? So we cut to Jockey Wilson's suite where Keith knocks and enters, and they're all watching the TV.
It's only Marion that looks up and Keith goes,
"Over.
If I were fire, I wouldn't be knocking."
Back to Jerry's car where you see Jerry saying, "What are you doing?" as the copper approaches. "I'm faking an attack, just go with it."
What seems to be the problem? It's my dad. He's having an attack.
Needs his medication.
Needs medication. Is that the light there, Jerry? Is that the light? Should I walk towards it? Is that one of our lads in blue? Oh God, they do a good job, don't they? Oh, bless them.
So where are you off to? Going to hospital. Follow me.
And literally as soon as it goes, Brian just looks at Jerry and just goes, "Dad."
We should cut to the Pennine suite where there's an aerobics class. For some reason, it's Summer of '69 by Brian Adams.
Yeah.
And Holy Mary is working out of R.A.D, who spots Keith.
Keith comes along, turns the music down.
Too loud, this.
Too loud, this. How will you hear the fire?
Then we have R.A.D saying, "Hey, look, there's Renee Lard's dad." Where? There. And me and Pauline went on a power walk last week. We saw a car, its engine running. It was still running when we got back. And I thought, well, that's dead weird, that. I mean, what if someone's trying to do himself in? Suicide. So I went over for a look, but all the windows were steamed up. Then Pauline shouts, "Hey, there's a man in the back seat with a dog on his knee."
A spaniel, was it Holy Mary goes, a Spaniard?
When I looked, it was young Keith with a spaniel across his lap. He's been done for that before. Yeah, but he got off then, didn't he? He was getting off and then... Here's me. So then we see the traffic cop with Jerry's car following behind. Then jump back to the Pennine suite with Keith taking coats off the fire extinguisher. Looks at Kenny Senior.
Not a coat hook.
Is there a fire extinguisher under here? Get them off.
Get them off. It's not a coat hook.
But then, yeah, when I was in Mexico, the giant redwoods, have you ever seen them? Not a coat hook. When they go up, you know about it. Chucking kiddies out the window. We're watching them. Me and Red are there. You've been to Mexico.
Pull curtains back that are to the fire escape door that's got a padlock and chain on it.
Oh, no.
Oh, those Mexicans. No. Let us out, we're burning. Ah.
But they said, "Do you know the Mexican will let us out?" They didn't know así afuera. Nos estamos quemando. Ah!
It's that last bit that broke me.
Well done, sir. Well done.
I just sat there, and like I say, I watched this early hours in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning. Try not to wake everybody up, and then you all just hear Kenny see this go, ah! Like,
So we cut to a bridge where Jerry's still speeding behind the traffic cop at high speed, where there's suddenly a fork in the road. We were praying, "Fork off." What? Fork off here? No, Brian, I can't, no. And as they veer off, there you go, lost him.
But then Brian's must have grabbed the wheel and like steered it.
Oh, God.
Oh,
God.
No. Here we are.
The Galaxy Suite where they're doing the Karate Kid rehearsals.
Oh, God, yeah!
Are we,
Yeah.
None of us are surely going to attempt this, are we?
I'll try. It's basically,
Oh,
I've only written down one thing. I've only written one sentence now. Rehearsal for Karate Kid the musical. Lard sets the bonsai tree on fire.
I was more concerned about sort of the song that Leslie's singing.
Go
And the well, I don't know because I haven't got the lyrics in front of me, and there's a reason for it.
Oh, but Coxie has.
Yeah. Coxie, you're gonna have to take the bullet here, son. Unless you don't want to do it.
Oh, it's more the fact it's the accent, if anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go
That's
back.
that's what I was going for.
Which is, "This is the bonsai, the little tree of life.
Little tree of life.
Focus on its power. Focus on its strength.
My strength.
Okay, focus on the fact it's highly flammable." Then the fire alarm goes off, and we see everyone outside with Keith taping the front doors.
It's literally the case when Brian and Jerry arrive in the car park and it's like, "Oh no, it's Keith. Who's that? What? It's Keith Lard. Look, he's boarded up the club."
What's he doing? And then, what is it? "You can't do that. I can and I have, Potter." Why? Serious breach of fire regulations. You're closed till further notice.
You can't do that. We're sold out tonight.
So then they somehow managed to get in because they're sat in Jockey Wilson's suite where Brian's drinking from his vase.
They're literally trying to come up with sort of like a solution for it, and everyone's gathered around except Max and Paddy, who are still watching Poundland QVC.
Yeah.
Will you turn that off? We're in the shit here.
But then Leslie's asking if we can reason it with him, and Brian says, Keith Lard, you're joking. He's power mad, Leslie. He wants to destroy us. He's got it in for me. So,
Max is just sort of like, if you want, me and Paddy can have a word with him. And Paddy goes, but is it bite his ears off?
Yeah.
And then Kenny Senior goes, I'm very friendly with the SAS. It's like, but you're not, are you, Kenny?
Then Holy Mary's like, why don't we fight fire with fire?
Hey?
John chapter 8, verse 7.
No, don't get it.
Let him who is right sin cast the first stone. Is it me?
Just me, or is everyone going mad?
Yeah.
Tell him what you told me. Tell him what? Well, Edie said that Keith Lard, they used to see Brian's office with, hello? What is it? Keith Lard, Brian Potter. You'd better get back here. You've made a big mistake. Between me and you, Keith, I think it's going to cost you a job.
I don't make mistakes. Puts the phone down.
The Lard screeches back. I thought, like, sort of like just pulls up in the car then quick and then comes in.
Mm.
And for some reason I've not written the conversation down, so I'm hoping Coxie's got this. But I got up to the point where it says, where Keith Lard says, "You're the disease and I'm cure." And you just get Potter replies to us, "You're the disease, Dogtanyan."
It's
Where did you back on prowl?
I think it's Brian asked Keith to sit down, and Keith's like, I'm not going to stay long. He's just sort of like, right, okay. Well, if you'll just give us a license, we'll be on the way. It's like, it's not going to happen. And Brian goes, if I had a wet nose and a waggy tail, you give me a license.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're the disease dog, Tanya. Why don't you back on the prowl? What do you mean? What do I mean? You know what I mean? There's been sightings of cars of you on back seats with dogs. I wonder how long it'd take. I wonder how long it'd take you to dig up the past. Not guilty. Don't you read the papers, Potter? Lack of proof. Where's your proof? You see, you've got nothing. So he throws my file with pictures he's superimposed.
Superimposed pictures of a naked Keith with a dog on the bed.
Oh, no, he's just got the dog on the bed. He's fucking spooning the dog. He's fucking spooning that dog.
That's not me. I know it's amazing what you can do with computers and access it to internet and the right pictures. Isn't that right, Ray? Oh, yeah. You'll never get away with this. No one will believe it. So Brian follows up with, I don't know, Keith. Are you throwing enough shit? Some sticks. 300 of these dumped in the right place. You know what people will say? There's no smoke
without fire.
Anyway.
So obviously the club gets opened back up, and
shits himself.
It's packed house, sold out to the rafters at the Phoenix Club. Coxie, you've got the transcript there. Do you want to give the intro, and then I'll do the opening line for Mr. Baptiste?
So we had the lights go down, smoke starts to fill the stage. There's a clear wash of light blue and greens. As we hear, hundreds of years ago, when man walked the planet, he had no real means of communication. In time, man developed a phenomenon which has never been fully understood by the psychic community. This phenomenon is Clinton Baptiste.
You all right?
Which is followed by like a smattering of applause because he just pulled up a stool.
Now, I'm thinking of a name.
Right.
There's a very strong presence in here tonight.
The spirits are very strong tonight. Yes, very strong. Hey, I'm giving the name John. Is there a John in the audience?
And there's literally 10 guys that just go, yep, yeah. Yep, I'm John. Yep.
Cuts to Brian and Jerry. He just looks at Jerry disapprovingly. So we cut to Max and Paddy on the door with, how's that Viagra? It's all right. Shit for bubbles.
Is it kicked in yet? I can't tell.
Just got yourself a diver's watch. Look at this.
You just see Max's face light up like a fucking telling a scary story at a campfire.
But it's as Paddy follows up with, that's not the kind of diving I'll be doing, eh? And he says, evening, girls. Do you have a look into my crystal balls? As Max is there with his watch says, see me glowing?
In the women were past go, what the fuck is that smell sort of thing? Oh, it stinks.
So, right, here you go. Yeah, get in. Shine the light saying, can you see where you're going? It's half Japan. So we see Clinton Baptiste talking to one of the Johns. Your mother, John, she was quite young when she died, am I right?
No.
93.
Was she young at heart, weren't she?
Young in herself, and she seemed to slow down a lot towards the end, am I right? Yeah. Is she your partner, correct? Now, I think there's something you want to tell her, am I right?
No.
I think there is something you want to get off your chest. You might be ashamed of. Don't you think you should tell her, John, before you both get hurt? Nothing. There's nothing. With John's wife saying, "What is it?" As Clinton walks off, he says, "Hey, mouth." So we see Paddy still chewing his Viagra and reading a porn mag. With Dave likes to see me holding what? So Max chimed in with anything. Not a pulse. Come on, son, let's have
Come on, son, let's have you.
He taps his bollocks. So we cut back to Clinton Baptiste in the Galaxy Lounge and a tissue to a woman who's been crying, saying, "Don't worry, love, you'll still be able to visit." Followed up with, "Now I'm feeling it very strongly over here." As he sees a necklace with an S on it. "Now, what's your name, love? Don't tell me. It's Sonia. Sonia. Now, Sonia, love. You've not been very well, love, have you, love? Am I right?" "No." "Debbie's been ill."
Debbie. Shifts the focus to Debbie.
"You've been really poorly. It's not been easy, has it?" No. "And it is terminal, isn't it?" "No." So Clinton Baptiste just looks at her and walks off like, "See, I know." Which then leads to, right.
Hands up, who can't have children? Which just leads to gasps in the audience. And then he cut back outside to Max and Paddy, and Max is looking at his diver's watch. He just goes, "Shit, I'm out of oxygen."
It's one of my favourite bits, that.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite Max lines. That John and his disgruntled missus. Well, John's missus comes barging out, just going, "Don't know what you're hiding." It's like, "I'm hiding nothing." It's like, "It's wrong what he's doing. It's wrong." It's like, "I'm hiding nothing." It's like, "By balls you are." Whoa, Paddy, don't get involved. Domestic.
So we're back in the Galaxy Lounge with Clinton Baptiste standing in front of a couple of guys. Brian's not happy. "You got to be cruel to be kind. Hey, don't shoot the messenger."
Well, telling me what the spirits say.
Which leads me to one of the best lines in the entire series. With,
Yeah.
"Now,
comes up to this like couple in the front row, and the bloke literally just looks like a added extra for me senders. You could pass him off as one of the Mitchell brothers.
I've literally put in my note. I've literally put in my notes. It goes up to a brick shit house.
Yeah. And literally, hands to his temples as if he's concentrating. And he goes, "Now, I'm getting the word." Pause. Cut to Brian and Kenny Senior. Nonce. Instantly, Mr. Brick Shithouse jumps on him.
Yep. I just put what is it? Gets up and beats up Baptiste, which is quite accurate, I'd say.
Yeah.
So then we cut to Brian seeing people out. Thank you very much. Good night. God bless. A couple of people saying good night and that. Followed up
Good
by
night.
here again.
Won't be coming back here again.
Yep.
We came out recommended by you, Den Perry.
Oh, Jerry, Perry, Jerry.
He wants to shut down, man. As Clinton wanders over, ho, thank you, good buddy. Thank you for upsetting my customers. I've just had to refund. How long did I do? Too long.
15 minutes.
15
oh,
minutes.
That's good.
I don't know. Get 10.
Yeah.
Can I get paid?
Can you get paid? Can you read minds? Read this one. Yeah.
You can walk.
You can walk. Get out of here.
As the traffic cop from earlier comes into the club.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry, this isn't the hospital, Jerry.
He ends up giving Potter 3 points and a £200 fine.
Brian looks at the fine and hands it to Jerry. With Jerry,
it's all that for me, Reed. Oh, literally the look of, you'll sort it for me, Jerry, won't you?
So we cut to the end credits with the next audition, which is a juggler.
Who's shit?
He's the worst juggler in the world. Tries juggling balls, drops them. Tries juggling plates, drops them. Brings out a load of like flaming torches. Everyone goes, shit, run!
Cut to Brian, the other one quickly wheeled himself away.
Yeah.
all
of them run, and Brian's literally just there, just like, I can't move my chair.
With shoulders. Next.
But there's also a statement in there at the end of this as well.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, and it was.
Funnily enough, though, this was also on that Peter Kay thing, because I think Keith Lard pops up in that as well.
Yeah.
The exact same statement popped up, because that Peter Kay thing came out in 1999, and then Phoenix Night started in 2001, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I'm assuming it only came to light after Phoenix Night came out.
Well, that Peter Kay thing came about, and he sort of got a bit of stick for it then, and they had to put that notice in.
Right.
On like Channel 4 when they did like repeat airing, I think on DVD because of the fact everything that happened, and then it came around again, and they used the character again on Phoenix Nights, and it sort of all flared up again.
Oh yeah.
So.
Well, I've got the statement here if you want me to read it.
Please do.
Yep. It says Channel 4 and Peter Kay would like to state that the character of Keith Lard may have led to some persons to wrongly believe that the character was based on a Mr. Keith Lard. We wish to make it clear that this is not the case and would like to apologise to Mr. Laird and his family for the distress caused. We would also agree to make the donation to the Fire Service Benevolent Fund and to Mr. Laird's family for his family's personal distress. Mr. Laird's contribution to fire safety in Bolton is well documented, and his professionalism and personal integrity are not in any doubt. And then it goes on about saying if you want to have any information about fire safety and what have you. Well, what I find absolutely fucking incredible is the fact that Brian Laird is actually based in Bolton, where they fucking filmed. So he could have literally rocked up and turned up on his fucking doorstep.
Oh, yeah. Wow, it's fucking mental.
Yeah. It's literally one letter difference.
Mm.
Fact of all the names they could have picked, no, we'll go for the one closest. So we'll still call him Keith. And we'll go with, rather than Laird, we'll call him Lard. Keith,
Yeah.
Just take the eye out.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just wondering if sort of like Keith Lard bears any sort of like resemblance of look to Keith Lard.
Oh, shit. That's a thought.
Because I was thinking of that, just sort of like, well, it's Keith Lard, you take the eye out. I'm just wondering if there was a possibility of them going for the same look. If so, then it seems to be warranted.
Mm.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I think that. Well, I'm not saying that the apology was warranted, but it was probably just done to cover the backs, really. Because I don't think I doubt it was done in sort of like a malicious way. But obviously, there's been some sort of goings on. We don't know what.
Oh yeah, I think it was just a case of like they probably thought, oh yeah, we'll call him Keith. We'll call him Keith Lard. We'll say he bums dogs, but nothing will come of it, sort of thing. Like it's not gonna.
But it probably did.
It sort of came back to bite him on the arse.
Mm.
So
yeah, that was episode 3.
It was.
Are we officially halfway through the series 1 now?
Yeah, it's first series. Yeah, first series.
Halfway through.
First, it's halfway, yeah.
Well, yeah, that was probably the most enjoyable episode yet, and as I say, it has significant meanings to myself because it was the first episode of Phoenix Nights that I ever watched.
Ah.
So it's a nice little trip down memory lane, just sort of going back.
A very, very important episode to you then.
Yeah, very important episode, and as I say, not one but 2 really great cameos. Two cameoed characters, I should say, that feature.
I'm just flicking through my book now, and I'm looking at episodes 4 and 5, and like looking at what's coming. It's like, oh, there's some actual gems coming up. So
yeah.
So yes, that has been the Phoenix Pod. You'd best give yourself some plugs, boys, if you've got any.
Yeah, you can find me on the UK R.A.D. Live podcast. We're a podcast that talk about anything and everything, and we are somewhat making a comeback. You can find us on all the good podcast catchers out there, on Spreaker, Stitcher, Apple Music, you name it, we're on there. You can find us on Twitter at UK R.A.D. Podcast, and we're also on Facebook. Just search for us on there. But you can also find my alter ego Steve as Steve Betrayer, as Steve AOT GTMP, as my alter ego Steve from the Gunpowder Trees and No Pot podcast, which you can also find at Trees and No, and yeah, have fun times there.
Beautiful. And of course, you can follow the Lost Art of Podcasting, on Facebook. We're on Twitter at Lost Art Podcast. We're also on Instagram. We do follow back. And we can find us on all the podcast providers, including Spreaker, Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Podchaser. Name it, we're on it, probably. So, well, gentlemen, thank you once again for joining me for the Phoenix Pod.
No worries. It's been a pleasure, as per.
Thank you very much for having me on.
No worries. So we'll congregate again soon for episode 4.
Woo!
See you!
I think all we have to say now is next.
Next.
Next!